Hello everyone. Hope you are all fine at your places. Today I am here with you and another video on braking. See, the topic braking is very important in electric traction system, and also this type of braking can also be used in your industrial drive. As we all know, a drive is basically a component of three main things. That is the prime mover, the transmitting device, and the load, or actually the motor, which has to be rotated. So in order to rotate the motor, we are required electric current. Similar way, in order to stop this electrical motor, we are generally applying the brake. The same thing will be happen in case of an electric traction system, where we can use an AC locomotive. सो एसी लोकोमोटिव को चलाने के लिए हम लोगों को इलेक्ट्रिकल पावर चाहिए, जो हमने पिछले लेक्चर में डिस्कस किया कि वो पावर कहाँ से मिलती है, किस तरीके से वो रोटेट करती है. नाउ इन द सेम मैनर, अब उसी इलेक्ट्रिक लोकोमोटिव को हम लोगों को रोकना है, तो वी आर अप्लाइंग द ब्रेक. सो हाउ दिस ब्रेक कैन बी अप्लाइड इन ऑर्डर टू स्टॉप द vehicle from its running condition to the stop condition, here we are discussing with you people. Now as you know, braking, what do you mean by the braking? First of all, we have to discuss ki what do you mean by this braking. Ye braking hota kya hai? The brake is an equipment to reduce the speed of any moving or rotating equipment like a vehicle or a locomotive. The process of applying the brakes can be termed as braking. That means in order to stop the vehicle or a locomotive from its running condition to its stop condition, we are applying brakes, and the system which employ these brakes is called as the braking system. We have two types of braking system. Number one is mechanical braking system, and number two is your electrical braking system. In case of a mechanical braking system, we have a number of various equipments or devices which employs for the braking system. But this mechanical system has a certain disadvantages. Due to that thing, we cannot use this mechanical braking individually in case of a locomotive or in case of a motor that installed in a particular drive. The main disadvantage of mechanical braking is that thing. Let us suppose a vehicle or a locomotive is rotating at a speed of around 120 kilometer per hour, and we have to stop this vehicle. We have to just stop the vehicle. We have to apply the brake. So when we apply the mechanical brake on this system, so due to some friction, there will be chances of derail the vehicle, or there is some chances to wear and tear of the equipment used in braking system. So in order to remove this disadvantage, what we have to do, first of all, we just control the speed of the motor that are used in an AC locomotive to a normal speed, and when its speed reaches to a certain particular value, then we can apply the brakes. So you can say that in case of a locomotive, we never use only the electrical braking, we are using the mechanical braking. But the main idea behind this braking system is that thing. First of all, we have to reduce the speed of rotation of the motor from its higher speed to its normal speed, and when the speed is almost equal to zero, at that time we are applying the brake, and that brake will be the mechanical braking. Because at this point, when you apply the mechanical braking, the speed of the motor is also very low, and and this time if you apply the mechanical brake, there will be no chance of the vehicle derail. There is no you can say that wear and tear of the brake system that can use in mechanical braking system. That is why the reason that first of all, in an locomotives or in an industrial drive, we are applying the electrical braking, and once the speed of the motor is get reduced to a greater extent, and after that we can apply this mechanical braking. Now coming to the part, your electrical braking, generally electrical braking are basically of three types: plugging, regenerative, and dynamic braking. We are discussing one by one what will be happen in case of a plugging, what will be happen in case of a regenerative, and what will be happens in case of a dynamic braking. We are also discussing what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of different types of braking that we can use in our AC locomotive, or you can say that in your traction system. So number one, first of all, you have a plugging. This plugging is also known as reverse current braking. In this method, the terminals of the supply are reversed. As a result, generator torque also reverse, which resists the normal rotation of the motor, and as a result, the speed decreases. What do you mean by this thing? In case of a plugging, what we have to do, as the diagram number 1 indicates that it is a three-phase motor, and we know in a three-phase motor there are three terminals, and these three terminals are connected to the three-phase supply. Let us suppose these three terminals are connected to R, Y, and B. The motor will get start and it will be rotate in an anti-clockwise direction. Let us suppose after a certain time it attains its final speed, and the motor will continuously rotating its speed, and it will be rotate in an anti-clockwise direction. Now what we have to do in order to stop the vehicle or in order to apply the braking system, we are using here the plugging. Now what will be happen in case of a plugging? Just we can interchange the connections of the two phases, like you seen in your figure number 2. Now in this figure number 2, what we have to do, we have connected your B phase with your L3 terminal and Y phase with your L2 terminal. As you seen in your diagram number 1, here R is connected to L1, B is connected to L3, and Y is connected to L2, where R, Y, B are the phases and L1, L2, L3 are the three terminals. Now in the second figure you see R is connected to the L terminal, but instead of L2 and L3, we are interchanging the position of their phases. So what will be happen? The moment when we interchange the position of the phases, the motor who's actually rotating in an anti-clockwise direction, it will become to rotate in a clockwise direction. So the direction of the motor from anti-clockwise to the clockwise, it will take certain time. And what happens, the motor who's initially rotated in an anti-clockwise direction, now it will tends to rotate in a clockwise direction, and the point will come when its speed is almost equal to 0, and at a particular time, this time we are triggered and we triggering the mechanical braking on the system, and that's why the motor can stop. So during plugging, we are also using external resistance into the circuit to limit the flow current. But the main disadvantage of this method is that thing here, a power is wasted to a greater extent. So I can quote you the example of a three-phase induction motor where we have a three terminals, and these three terminals are connected to the three phase, that is R, Y, and B. So if we interchange any two phases of the motor will start to rotate in its opposite direction, and when this starts rotating in opposite direction, the point will come, and that particular point, when the speed is almost equal to 0, we are applying the mechanical brake, and thus your vehicle gets stopped or the motor will get stopped. But in case if we use a DC motor instead of this induction motor, then we are changing the terminal or the connections of your armature winding and the field winding. The same process will be occur, and the motor will stop. So this type of braking is called as plugging. So the main idea behind that in plugging, we can change the interconnections, and when the speed is almost equal to 0, we will stop the vehicle by applying the mechanical brake. I think it is clear to all of you. Now, second type of braking is also known as regenerative braking. As the name suggests, regenerative means there is something generate from this braking. And mind it, this type of braking can frequently used in every locomotive, in every industrial drive, due to its main advantages. Now, what will be happen in this regenerative braking? In this method of braking, motor is disconnected from the supply first of all, but it needs to run as a generator by utilizing the kinetic energy of the moving train. That means what will be happen? Here the electrical motor which is getting a supply from its overhead transmission line through pantograph, we generally stop the supply of the electrical vehicle. So the supply coming to the electrical motor will get stopped, but the motor will not get stopped due to its high moment of inertia. The motor will tends to rotate. But now here in this case, this motor will act as a generator. So when motor will be act as a generator, but obvious it will generate a amount of electricity. Now this amount of electricity we can use for charging the battery that are installed in a locomotive, and this battery can be used for another different purposes. Also, moreover, when this supply will be disconnected from the supply, when motor is disconnected from the supply, and at that time the motor will be run as a generator, this electrical energy is feed back to the main supplying in order to get the excitation for the poles. So here what will be happen here, we are using the energy, that energy is basically in wastage form, which is not possible in case of a plugging. So that is why we can say that this type of regenerative braking is very frequently used in your AC locomotive, as well as it is also used in your industrial drives. The main criteria for the regenerative braking is that the rotor has to rotate at a speed higher than the synchronous speed. Only then the motor will act as a generator, and the direction of the current of the flow through the circuit and the direction of the torque reverse the braking take place. So by the means of this thing, we can apply the regenerative braking to the motor. The motor will slowly, its speed will get reduced off. And when its speed is almost equal to zero, at that particular time, we are applying the mechanical brake, and hence our motor will stop, or ultimately your AC locomotive that is used in traction system can stop. I think this regenerative braking concept is also clear to all of you. Quickly coming to the third part, that is called as a rheostatic braking. It is basically same thing as we are discussing in a regenerative braking, but with only one difference. In this method of electrical braking, the motor is disconnected from the supply through its field, continues to be energized in the same direction. The motor starts working as a generator, and all the kinetic energy of the equipment are braked and is converted into the electrical energy, and it is further dissipated in the form of variable external resistance R connected across the motor during the braking period. Now what will be happen? In case of a regenerative braking, when we disconnect the supply of the motor will run as a generator, and it generates an electricity, and this electricity is given back to the field system of the generator, or it will be given to the battery for charging purpose. The same process will be occur in the rheostatic braking, but here what will be happen, as soon as when we disconnect the supply for the motor, it will be start rotating in the same direction due to high moment of inertia. Now this motor will be again act as a generator. When it will be act as a generator, we are using an external rheostat in series with this. And in this, by keeping the changing the value of the rheostat, we can change the value of the current. And when we change the value of the current, ultimately we can change the speed of the motor. So in that case, what will be happen when the supply connected is disconnected from the supply of the motor, then the motor will actually run as a generator, and this generator when generate this electricity is passed through the external resistance rheostat, and this external rheostat can get changing the value. With this, the speed of the motor will change, and the point will come when the speed of the motor is almost equal to zero, we are applying the braking. This method has an advantage over the plugging, because in this case no power is drawn from the supply during braking. But on the another hand, in this method of braking, we are using a rheostat, which makes some system to be bulky, some system to be costlier as compared to your previous one, that is called as the regenerative braking. Moreover, this regenerative braking is also called as the dynamic braking. So we are using here the three methods, that is plugging, rheostatic, as well as dynamic braking. I think this video is clear to all of you. Now, this is all about the braking system that we can use in electric traction system, as well as also used in our electrical motors installed in your particular industrial drive, where we have to stop the motor by applying the braking system. So I think this video is understood to all of you. It is clear to all of you. But if you have certain doubt, or if you need certain another views on this video, you can comment me on my comment box. All the suggestions and the comments are welcome to you. So you should watch the video carefully. And if you have any problem, you can comment me, or you can ask me at any time. So thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much.